Shanti Shanti. Swarajya Samrajya Vibhutiresha Bhavatkripa Shri Mahima Prasadat Prapta Maya Shri Gurave Mahatmane Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namo Namastestu Punarnamostu Namastasmai Sadaikasmai Kasmai Chinmahase Namaha Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate Yadetad Vishwarupena Rajate Guru Rajate. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. We will start with the Shanti mantra. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaha.
Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaha.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha.
Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha.
Sthirairangaistustuvamsastanubhih.
Sthirairangaistustuvamsastanubhih.
Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu.
Vyashema devahitam yadayuh.
Swasti na indro vridhashavaha.
Swasti na indro vridhashavaha.
Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः.
Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः.
Swasti नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः.
Swasti नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः.
Swasti no बृहस्पतिर्दधातु.
Swasti no बृहस्पतिर्दधातु.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
So, in the last few sessions which were recorded during the Jamshedpur program and Delhi program, we had been discussing Mundakopanishad, and we had gone up to 2.2.4, that is second Mundaka, second chapter, fourth verse, that is Pranavo Sharohi Atma. Up to that we had covered. Now, the problem is that the request was there that if we wait for the next program, then there will be a break in the whole study of the Mundakopanishad. So it will be very good if we can record it and we can continue with the telecast from where we have left in the last program in Delhi. This has been a real problem for me because I am yet to get used to speaking, looking at the camera, because all these times I was addressing an audience, and depending on the audience, whatever comes out of our mouth, that is what we speak. Generally it depends on the audience also, but here there is no audience, so I think I have to tune myself to a vaster audience whom we do not know, whom I do not know, and somehow go ahead with the discussion. Let us see how it goes on. We will try. Now, in doing it, I will repeat from 2.2.3, that Dhanurgrihitva Upanishadam Mahastram. But let us chant the first 4 or 6 verses from this chapter, from the second Mundaka, second chapter. We will chant and then go ahead. So it's 2.2.1. Avissannihitam guhacharam nama Mahatpadamatrai samarpitam Ejat pranan nimishaccha Yadetajjanath sadasadvarenyam Param vijnanad yadvarishtham prajanam Yadachimad yadanubhyo nucha Yasmin loka nihita lokinascha Tadetadaksharam brahma Sapranastaduvang manaha Tadetat satyam tadamritam Tadvedhavyam somya vidhi See, so far we have been continuing with the description or trying to expose what is the truth, what is the ultimate reality. Now from 2.2.3 to 2.2.6, I believe, yes, up to that, these 4 shlokas are exclusively for a sadhana. They are suggesting a sadhana. So we have to be extremely attentive and we have to go deep into it. We have to match the shlokas with our own being, our own mind, intelligence, inner being, so that we can have a touch of it, what in sadhana it represents. It is not enough to know about the Atma, about the Brahman. The fact is that it is our own real identity, our own identity. So it has to become our own. And for that it needs lot of attention. It is only attention, attention and attention. So maybe these 4 shlokas now where we are coming, although the first 2 the 2 and 3 I have already discussed, but we will go into it again in much more, we will elaborate it much more than what we have done, and we will try to go deep into it, how we can utilize it as our sadhana, how can we make the shlokas our sadhana. So maybe it will take quite a few days, maybe as the TV program is only 25 minutes, it may take even weeks. We should have enough of patience, because there is no point in finishing or completing an Upanishad. If we learn actually just one shloka properly, that is enough for realization. If we can go into the Atma of the shloka, where from it is coming, then the realization is had. So we will try to go deeper and deeper into it, taking the help of also Kathopanishad and Mandukya Upanishad. Let us see how we proceed. The 3rd verse and the 4th verse we will chant. Dhanurgrihitva Upanishadam Mahastram Sharam Hyupasa Nishitam Sandhayita Ayamya tadbhavagatena cetasa Lakshyam tadevaksharam somya vidhi.
Lakshyam tadevaksharam somya vidhi.
Pranavo dhanusharo hyatma.
Pranavo dhanusharo hyatma.
Brahmatal lakshyamujyate.
Brahmatal lakshyamujyate.
Apramattena vedhavyam.
Apramattena vedhavyam.
Sharavattanmayo bhavet.
Sharavattanmayo bhavet.
See, here they have used an allegory, an illustration. It is illustration of hitting a target with an arrow. I have explained already, I will repeat. He says, Pranavo dhanuhu sharo hyatma brahma tallakshyam uchyate apramattena vedhavyam sharavat tanmayo bhavet. Pranavo dhanuhu. Pranavaha is generally referred to as the Omkara. That is called the Pranava. Now this Omkara also, it has been used to symbolize, it is a symbolic representation of Brahma Vidya. Now what is Brahma Vidya? Brahma Vidya is the knowledge by which we finally come to know our own identity. Not only that, what finally we attain is that we feel that our Atma is limited by the body-mind personality. It is small, it is hidden inside our body, and that is what I am. We are always using the word I. Not only in wakefulness, in dream also we are using the word I. In the dream also the concept is there, I. But we are always thinking I is something segregated from all others. It is limited by the body-mind personality. It is small, hidden within our body. We start with that. But the purpose of the Upanishads is to take us to the final realization, which is called Brahmatmaikatva Bodha. I have discussed earlier also. It means Brahma, Atma, Ekatva Bodha. That is, whatever we call the Brahman, which is the source or the substratum of the entire universe, the entire existence, that is nothing different from our Atma. Brahma, Atma, Ekatva Bodha. That means when we realize that my real identity, that which I are always referring to as I, it is not fragmented, it is not different for different people. It is one, it is all pervading, it is same as the Brahman, and even calling it one is not all right. Because when we say one, there is a concept of two. The fragmentation, the concept of fragmentation is still working there. So, truly speaking, it is transcendental, and the whole difficulty comes because it is transcendental. The entire Shastras, they only try to take our mind and intelligence very close to that transcendental truth. But the truth being transcendental, it cannot be expressed in words. That is why it is called Avang Manaso Gochara. It cannot be expressed by words and by the mind. It cannot be expressed by the mind, any concept of the mind. So, what we try from the objective level, whatever examples and illustrations we can get from the world, and with those illustrations, we try to abstract, we go to higher and higher abstraction and take the mind, expand the mind beyond all limits, finally hinting where lies the transcendence, taking the mind to that transcendental level. Now because of that, this Om is a very commonly found in all our Upanishads, everywhere in the many Upanishads, this Om is a common syllable used before many of the mantras. In most of the mantras, we always precede it with Om. So this Pranavaha or Omkara, we should have a little clearer idea, I felt. It comes in Kathopanishad also, it comes in Mandukya Upanishad also. Actually, Mandukya Upanishad gives a full representation of the Om. Here they are saying, as I have discussed earlier, that I will come again and again to these verses, but what I have already explained is that consider your being to be the arrow and Omkara or Pranava to be the Dhanush. Now when we say Omkara, it is actually Omkara represents the Brahma Vidya. That is why in the third shloka he has said, Dhanur grihitva upanishadam mahastram. Dhanuhu grihitva upanishadam mahastram. Mahastra means the great weapon, the great weapon, which is called Upanishadam Mahastram. Why? Because it is present in Upanishad. It has been presented, it has been discussed in the Upanishads, not anywhere else anywhere in other literature. So naturally this Upanishadam Mahastram, by that they mean the Pranavaha or the Omkara. Or Omkara means it represents Brahma Vidya, the entire science of realizing the truth, realizing our own identity. Now he is saying that the sadhana is, I said that from this shloka onward, third shloka onward, it is third to sixth, it is exclusively speaking about a sadhana. He says that your being, here the Atma means your being, you put it on the bow, which is the Pranava, which represents Brahma Vidya. And then pull the string of the bow to the extent you can with your full attention. And then release the arrow till it hits the target. He says that arrow is the Atma and the target is the Brahman. Now what I said just now, the purpose of the Upanishad is to realize the Brahmatmaikatva Bodha. Here he says that the arrow will hit the target and going to the target it will get merged into the target. Sharavat tanmayo bhavet. It gets fixed to the target and remain in the target. That is the Atma we start with, the small I we start with. When we put that arrow on the bow of the Upanishad Vidya or the Pranava, and then finally hit that arrow to the target, which is the Brahman, the all-pervading reality, the source of the entire universe, then what happens? That Atma goes to the target and get fused to that, remains there, get fused to it. Actually, truly speaking, it gets merged into that. That is the Atma becomes the Brahman. That is what is meant by Brahmatmaikatva Bodha. I will come back again as we discuss in more detail. In Kathopanishad, after Yamaraja tested Nachiketa that his fitness for absorbing this knowledge, there is a long test for Nachiketa, which perhaps I have referred to earlier. After that, when he starts the Brahma Vidya, seeing that Nachiketa is fit for this Brahma Vidya, Yamaraja is about to start giving him the Upadesha. He starts with the shloka, Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti Tapamsi Sarvani Chayadvadanti Yadichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti Tatte Padam Sangrahena Bravimi Omittetad. He says, Sarve Veda Yat Padam Amananti. All the Vedas, the four Vedas are there. There are so many things are discussed there, so many practices, so many sadhanas are discussed. He is saying that the Vedas, the four Vedas together, they are the entire gamut of knowledge. The entire spiritual knowledge is contained there. Starting from all kinds of yaga, yajna, upasana, puja, rituals, up to the final end of attaining the Brahmatmaikatva Bodha. Everything is discussed in these four Vedas in different manners, in different places, trying to explain from various standpoints. He says that all these Vedas, the aim is only one. There is not multiple aim. Although they are discussing various kinds of pujas, various kinds of rituals, various kinds of yajna, yaga, etc. But the purpose of these discussions, the ultimate purpose of the discussion is only one. Sarve Veda Yat Padamamananti. Yat is only singular. They are referring to only one attainment, only one realization. Tapamsi Sarvani Chayad Vadanti. Whatever tapas are there, even the upavasa in various days of the month or of the year, various kinds of practices, various kinds of austerities we do. Tapas means the austerities. It might be physical tapas, it might be chanting tapas, it might be mental tapas, it might be maunam. Whatever tapas are there in this great country, in this Bharatavarsha, whatever tapas has been enshrined in the Shastras, they are also referring their final aim is this alone. What is that? For man to know that I am not small, I am not limited by this body, mind, personality, the puny human being. I am the one everywhere. There is no difference, there is no fragmentation at all. My real identity is not different from the substratum on which the whole universe is appearing to be. The whole universe, which contains my body, mind, personality also as a small speck, it is appearing in that real I or real identity. This is the ultimate end. He says that tapamsi sarvani cha yad vadanti yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. Many people practice celibacy. They don't get married, they don't take to household life. Right from the brahmacharya period, from the age of 12 or 18, they decide that I will not earn anything, I will not go for fulfillment of any worldly desire at all, I will pursue this line. So brahmacharya is practiced by various people with the various aims, but the final aim is only one, this realization that I am not mortal, I am immortal. Shrinvantu vishve amritasya putraha aye dhamani divyani tasthuhu Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasah parastat tameva viditva timrityumeti nanyah panthaha vidyate ayanaya. The rishis called everybody that, oh, listen, you are all children of immortality. I have known that immortal Purusha, my real identity, which is the real illumination, which illumines everything in this existence. I have known that. And knowing that only you can transcend mrityu. Atimrityu meti. A person can transcend mrityu, mortality. You can become immortal. You are all children of immortality. That is your goal. Anybody can realize that he is immortal. So that is the ultimate goal. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi. Yamaraja tells Nachiketa that I will tell about this ultimate realization, the ultimate goal of human life, this greatest discovery in the world. Mind my words. I said this is the greatest discovery in the world. It is much, much loftier and higher and fulfilling than any other scientific discovery that we speak of. Even the discovery of the elementary particles or the nuclear bomb or whatever you may think of, they are all perishable. They don't take us to that ultimate goal, ultimate fulfillment in life. They don't fulfill our enquiry of the intelligence also. So this is the greatest discovery of human beings. Should we keep it away or should we take it as early as possible? That is the Rishi's call. He says, Tatte padam sangrahena bravimi. I will tell you in essence that, because so many Vedas are there, so many practices are there, nobody can finish reading or knowing all these things in several lifetimes. Many, many lifetimes also it will not be over. But the essence is very simple truth, and that will make one immortal. Yamaraja says, I will tell you in essence what is this truth. He says, Om ityetad. That is called the Om. Now this Om here is represented, Om represents Brahma Vidya. That is why he had mentioned like that, Om ityetad. Saying that, the next two verses he says, Etadhyevaksharam Brahma, Etadhyevaksharam Param, Etadhyevaksharam Jnatva, Yo yadicchati tasya tad, Etadalambanam Shreshtham, Etadalambanam Param, Etadalambanam Jnatva, Brahmaloke Mahiyate. These two verses are very important. These are from Kathopanishad, following that Sarve Veda Yat Padama Mananti. He says that Etat hi aksharam Brahma. This akshara, Omkara itself is Brahman. Etadhyevaksharam Param. This akshara is Param, the Supreme. Etadhyevaksharam Jnatva yo yadichyati tasya tat. When a person knows this akshara, then whatever he wants, that happens.